So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Wednesday morning. How are you this morning? Pray for me this morning. I have a migraine and I've had it for about 24 hours now, and that's okay. That's normal for me, so I'm not complaining about that. But when I have a bad migraine, I write numbers backwards, and I messed up a couple things that I'm trying to fix, and pray that my son-in-law can fix one of them and I can fix the other one. But I was like, I locked myself out of a piece of software because I know when I did it wrong, and I don't know what the wrong was. Pray for me that I can get back in that software. And today is the busy day, and tomorrow I have going to be out of the station for several hours helping one of my daughters out. So I just need to pull it off. I need to pull it off. And when I have pressure, that's when God shows up the most for me. He always does. I am a person that likes pressure, as I like to get it done and figure it out. Like, I had to program this one thing this morning, and it just was not working. And then finally God said, well, when you pray about it, it's going to work out for you. So I was like, I stopped everything I was doing. I was praising, praying, asking God to show me where it was at. And literally in the middle of the prayer, it was like, oh. So I got that fixed, and I was very thankful for that because that was a project that needed to be done this morning. One of the projects that I locked myself out was not crucial. It's more for me than it is for WAPN. So it's just a convenience for me. So that can even wait till I get back from Mexico. And the third one, God will work that out. But it's funny how you'll get I do. I get in a rabbit hole. When I do something and then I almost become obsessed with trying to get through it. And God was just laughing at me last night and this morning going, Shell, come on. You'll get through this. Take a deep breath and push through. Okay, update on the little luggage things. Okay, my daughter does cubes, and I did cubes last year, and they worked out great. But the problem was my luggage got taken from me on the last flight, which means, you have to wait for it, go around the little thingy, which, okay, it's not the end of the world. But our plane had a problem, so we got taken to a different gate. So we were on the other side of the airport, and then we couldn't get our luggage right. And then when we got our luggage, we couldn't get to our parking right. So it was like a 2-hour episode last year. So needless to say, I do not want to expand my luggage. I know this sounds like a girl problem, and it is a girl problem, but hey, this is what I'm dealing with. So I said, okay, this year I'm going to get those things that everybody all over the internet that you put in your bag, and you put the little vacuum thing to it, and it takes all the air out of it. Well, the first set I got the good ones, okay? I don't know even why I got the good ones, but I thought, well, if they're the good ones, it's even going to be better, right? Not better. So I got them. Tim had to help me. I felt like I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Tim's helping me. It did not do what the info commercial says. So I was like, nope. So then I got the cheap ones. Well, not the cheap ones, but the in-between cheap ones. Did it yesterday, and wow. Wow. So then in the middle of the night, I know the things that go through my mind, y'all are just going, how did she make it there? But God, and grace. So I said, you know what? I better go back and do it where it puts the air back in, and make sure I can do that before I get all this way away and can't get my clothes out of it. Well, that's not one problem, but then getting them back home is the other problem. So today's cheap entertainment is to see how to put the air back into it and and reseal it. This is my cheap entertainment for today. The little things in life that give me cheap entertainment. And then I take protein drinks with me, the powder. And you have to have them in individual containers. I cannot find my containers that I always take with me. I keep all the travel stuff in one place. It's missing. Run to the store. They don't have the ones I like. I get these other ones. And Tim's like, how are they even going to know it's protein powder? And I thought, add water and taste it. with the rules that you can only take so many ounces in a thing, you can only have so much powder, you can have so much liquid, it makes it very difficult on certain things. So pray for me, please, 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 as I'm pulling off all the stuff it takes for us to be gone for 8 days. It is a lot, people, but I'm so excited. I am. Tomorrow is our anniversary. And well, today is kind of our anniversary of meeting each other. So today, it isn't kind of, it is our anniversary of the day I met Tim. And our story began. The story began very hiccupy, very Tim was ready to never speak to me again kind of story. Yeah, it was not a good first date. I'm just going to tell you right now. I hadn't really dated in a while, and then the station got hit by lightning, and that's when the transmitter was still out back and huge, and we were off the air, and that's when we had beepers. Do you remember beepers? So then you had to go find a phone to find out what was going on. I don't know why we liked them, but it was convenient but inconvenient, and then you would put like little codes in them to do cool things. Yeah, did all those kind of things, but really the beeper was kind of weird. I mean, yes, you could get a hold of people, but not really. So anyways, I spent most of the date, and I had us bring one of my friends because I didn't know if he was a weirdo or not. And I have the best husband in the entire world. But it was not a good day. He could not wait to get rid of me. And then I called to make sure he got home safely because the weather was so bad. And here we are all these years later. So today is the anniversary of me and Tim meeting. I know. And the anniversary of my daughter's flower business turning 3 years old. I know, fun facts about my family. So today is pull her off day. I'm going to pull it all off. All the things that have not been sent to me and all that need to come in this morning. I've sent all my little emails, all my little texts, and I've asked for it. And you know what? God has shown me, I put it out there like 10 days ago. If you haven't got it to me, then I have to move on. And so this is all new learning for me. Boundaries. These last couple of years, God has really been giving me boundaries. And I appreciate it. I'm thankful for boundaries. I'm thankful for structure. And so I was in business meetings, a lot lately. And yesterday's business meeting just went so great. I know that God has put these people into my life for a reason. And I'm so excited about the future and the things that are happening, here at WAPN and the things that are about to happen for WAPN. And I'm thankful that God is really helping me with not just doing a handshake. Back in the day when my parents purchased WAPN, yes, all those years ago, yes, they did have a lawyer, but a lot of things was done on your handshake and your good word. And it's just not that way nowadays. And it's sad that it's not that way, but it also protects you that way. And so yesterday, I guess, was a wisdom kind of afternoon, morning / whatever it was, morning, I guess, about wisdom and direction for WAPN and guidance. And so I'm very, very thankful for that. And I'm super excited about the opportunities that are going to happen in February and March for WAPN. Yep. We got a plan. We got a vision. We're checking our boxes and doing them twice and coming up with some ideas. And I believe great things for WAPN. And as I was praising the Lord yesterday for what he's about to do and what he's helping us do, I was reflecting on the stretch that I went through in 2025. I really went through a stretch in 2025 that y'all don't even know. And I kept on thinking it was because it was our 40th anniversary. And, I just kept thinking all these reasons why we were being stretched so much. And it wasn't, I don't really think any of those. I think it was a growth spurt for me. God needs to grow you. And I was kind of stuck. I was just stuck in a situation, stuck in stuff and in the muck. And God said, I need to push you, pull you, strengthen you, grow you, whatever I need to do to get you ready for this new season. And so that's what I felt like the last year. I felt like a rubber band that was being pulled every different way, it was really thin in some areas. It felt like it was going to pop and break in some areas. And I just kept smiling and showing up. I just smile and show up. And it's funny because now I see exactly what God was doing. Exactly. He was preparing me for something big that was going to happen. And he knew that I needed to get my mind in the right order. I needed to have that mindset. I needed to have boundaries. I needed to have people backing me. I needed to have lots of different things. And so he had to change some stuff in my life. And some were very uncomfortable. They were not what I wanted at all, personally. I was like, no, I was fighting tooth and nail. And God said, well, when you're ready to improve, when you're ready to move on, when you're ready to do this, I'm waiting. And like just patiently waited for me and allowed me to go through all the awkwardness and all the stuff and said, okay, let's do this. And so I made a decision that I was removing the iPad. I know that seems weird out of here. And that if you were live, you had to learn how to do the podcasting. I have, I think, 2 accounts left that I haven't even have appointments with them yet to do it. And that's on my end because I wanted to do when I got back. But he said, you're removing that. And I said, okay. First of all, I don't like how it looks in here. Second of all, it's people leave it open, and that is not good for your show, my show, whatever, our information, your information, whatever. But that was a huge thing. And I believe with all my heart, that was the test of what is about to happen in February and March. And so you don't know why God is putting you through something. You don't know the depth of the test he's putting you through. You do know that you're going to get through it. He's already been all the way before you. He's already got it figured out. And you have to walk the journey. You have to cruise the journey. You have to be uncomfortable in the journey. You have to be stretched. You have to be whatever. But you have to be willing and able to do that. And one thing that I am huge on is favor. The favor of God is around me. The favor of God comes before me every decision. Well, I was listening to a song yesterday about Jesus riding along with you. And I feel like that every time I go anywhere. I feel like I have a partner with me at all times. I feel like I have somebody that I can depend on, that I can be okay, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the wonderful. And, I don't want to have any woulda, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. I don't want to look back and say, if I would have done that, if I would have showed up for that, I want to look back and say, yeah, it was uncomfortable. Yeah, I did not like that, but I am so glad that God put me through that or had me walk through that or the journey was like this or whatever it was, because look at the outcome. Look at the hallelujah. Look at the praise that came from that uncomfortableness. So if you're feeling squeezed, if you're feeling uncomfortable, and it's funny because I get a migraine right before the breakthrough when something's going on at WAPN. And it was so funny because yesterday when it started coming on, I thought it was just my allergies because there was a lot of smoke up here and it was crazy yesterday. And this morning, as I look back at yesterday, I think, God, you are so funny. The breakthrough was coming. It was happening. I was in the process of the blessing. And that is just one of the ways it works out for me. And so this morning I came on into work and I was kicking it in gear here. And I was praising the Lord and I was being thankful because however he shows up, however you get through it, God has a plan for you, your household, your business, your finances, your employees, your grandchildren, your children, your husband, your wife, your mate, whatever. He's working it out for you. And yes, it can be uncomfortable. Yes, you might have to suffer a little bit, but he's going to get you through it. And so as I'm going through it and as I'm getting encouraged, like this morning, I was programming something for what is about to happen here at WAPN, and it would not work. I could not get it to work if my life depended on it until I stopped and prayed and praised the Lord for what he's taken us through and what he's about to do with us. Don't forget to stop and praise the Lord. Don't forget to stop and pray. Take him with you everywhere you go. And the journey is going to be amazing. Well, our favor for today, yep, and I just snagged my sweater. Our favor for today is get up every day and say, I do have the favor of God. And then be on the lookout for the goodness of God in every area of your life. I get up every day and say, what are we going to do today? And I really literally mean it. What are we going to do today? And then I prepare for the day. Every day can be different. Every day can be amazing. Every day can be unique. But you've got to prepare your heart, your mind, your body, and soul for what's going to be today. Well, y'all, you're listening to WAPN 91.5 FM right here in Volusia County, WAPB 91.7 FM in Madison County, and around the world with technology. Your Apple app is WAPN Radio. YouTube is WAPN 91.5 FM. Website, WAPN.net, Facebook, WAPN Holly Hill. We're everywhere, and we want you to take us with you everywhere you go. Today is Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. The weather, it's moving on up. It's 69 today with a low of 37. Madison, 66 with a low of 41. If it's your birthday today or your anniversary, it's your birthday, Lisa, Steve, Justin, and everybody else celebrating a birthday. For us, it's Happy Meet Each Other Day. And for Yvonne, 3 years of the flower business. And anybody else that's celebrating today. Today is National Mail Carrier Day. I miss Anita, our mail carrier. I don't have the same relationship with the one we used to have and the one here at the station. The one at the station, she's a very nice lady here. But Donna used to be here at the station for years and years and years. And Anita used to be at our house. And I'd always have a cold drink for her. So thank your mail carrier today and appreciate them. Well, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll be praying for you as you pray for me. And you have a wonderful, great